Welcome to LOCKBEARD Random Live number 60, Terms of Service. It is Monday, February 21st, 2022, on the spare channel. So there'll probably just be a handful of us. I guarantee you YouTube is not promoting this channel in any way. In fact, I'm probably pushed so far down the algorithm, the only people that will find me there are probably ones who are already subscribed over here and kind of know what's going on. I just now getting a notification in my email that we are live. Judy Wheeler, welcome. Welcome to the chat. I don't know if you can see the previous messages. You'll see Achaeos Salisbury, aka LOCKBEARD. You'll see the regular LOCKBEARD channel, and you'll see Cold Break. And if you don't see all three of those, then you are being censored. They are being censored from you being able to see them. There's no one else in chat yet, but go over to YouTube. Yeah. So, so the LOCKBEARD channel is temporarily shut down due to violations of terms of service in regards to medical misinformation, according to them. Which I don't recognize their authority. I try to fly under the radar. I try not to use the wrong words. I'm trying to think, what was it specifically that I might have said in that particular live stream that would have tripped their trigger, because I've kind of hinted around a lot of this crap quite a bit. The only thing that I think that I mentioned that I really have avoided mentioning before involves, and I didn't even say it. Like I just mentioned it. It involves something that you can take to deal with a certain something. Joe Rogan had a bunch of freaking far leftists losing their damn minds over it, saying, it's for horses, you dumbass. And he successfully put them in their place. They may not have realized he'd put them in their place, but he did, because they're morons. They had some little spar with mainstream media trying to say that shit, and they're totally full of shit. YouTube is totally full of shit. So YouTube, you keep playing this game. YouTube, keep playing this game, because what you're doing is assisting a tyrannical, illegitimate domestic terrorist government in perpetrating a psychological attack on the people. This is a very criminal offense. Everyone should go to jail, including everyone that's running YouTube right now that had any part in helping perpetrate this crime. You are all criminals. Judy, yes, I can see you. Yes, I can. I don't know if you I said hi earlier, asked if you could see the three different names above you in the chat. And if you are on top chat or live chat, because because you probably, like, can you see the regular LOCKBEARD channel in chat? And can you see Cold Break? Hopefully you can. I mean, you should be able to see Achaeos Salisbury, aka LOCKBEARD channel, because this is that channel. But I don't know about the other ones. So I'll do what I did last time. Except this time I'll make sure and get this moved over to the regular channel as soon as the suspension is over. I got a 2-week suspension. I can't upload anything until that's over. So, um, that's what I'll do. Whatever live streams I'll do over here, I'll put a copy of them over there. The chat doesn't come with them, unfortunately. So, but the original live streams will still be over on this channel if for anyone who wants to be able to watch it on a replay and see the chat as well, because I'm sure there's some people that do. But I'm gonna keep pushing those limits with YouTube, just trying to fly just within the line that they don't suspend the channel. Unfortunately, we're all subject to this nonsense. And of course, YouTube's going to say, well, this is our company, blah, blah, blah. No. Hold your horses. Cyberspace, internet is a free zone, right? And if you come in and use that space, there's got to be some limits on how much you could say, well, we can do whatever we want, because especially in the case of YouTube's gotten so big, it's become like a town square situation in a very big way. And it allowed them the power to shut down the discussion of information and certain ideas that they don't like, and to help them suppress liberty, free expression, to change the narrative, to help alter elections. They helped fix an election, and they can't deny that shit. Everyone saw it happen. And I didn't even like either candidate. That's not the point. The point is my vote's supposed to count for something, and apparently it didn't count for squat. So, if they can fiddle with elections like that and create a bunch of ballots out of nowhere, people getting to the polls and finding out from the people at the poll that they had already voted, except they hadn't. Somebody had used their name to vote and stole their vote. Straight up a crime. Like, every person who had that happen to them should be in the middle of a lawsuit right now suing whoever did it. But how do we find out who did it? It's a freaking mess. And so YouTube, this battle is going to keep on. And people, look, that protest in Canada is just showing you how pissed off people are getting about all this bullshit that YouTube has helped be a part of. You have. That means everyone that has the control at YouTube and has given the orders to do all this shit, you are criminals, straight up participants in domestic terrorism. You are. That's a fact. Anyone can try and deny that's a fact all day long. I don't give a fuck. That's what you are. What the thing I think you tripped on that live stream, if it's what I think it was, because the one thing I kind of hadn't said anywhere, I don't think, and I didn't even say the word. I think I mentioned the first few letters of the word, and you guys have lost your shit over that. So what is the deal with that? Chrissy's here, welcome. Trumpy Bear's here, welcome. Yeah, they can't, they're not gonna stop me. I'm gonna try my best and keep on going. Need to, if they're able, because I was listening to a YouTuber recently who had just gotten so disillusioned with all this bullshit that he quit doing YouTube, and he just shut his channel down. He put all his videos on private, and he shut down because he can't talk and express his opinions, and it's a goddamn tyranny up in YouTube. and it's should not be allowed. I've explained I think a couple times why in the past why YouTube cannot do this. Cyberspace is free space. You can go and you can do business in free space, but you must not oppress the people there. Their rights must be maintained. Now that's going to vary country by country. Well, in America, in the United States, I have free expression. So YouTube um, should not violate people's right to free expression um, who live in the United States or any other country that has that right. Really, they shouldn't do it at all. They shouldn't do it at all. But we see what they are for what they're doing, and unfortunately, we have to keep using YouTube because everything else, all the other alternatives, haven't gotten as big yet. And but they're starting to come along. Um, and they have their problems. I've had a lot of problems trying to get my channel established on the other platforms. I'm getting there. Um, Rumble is the one that I'm closest with, I think. Um, because when they did the syncing of the channel, because ideally, when you sync your YouTube channel with your Rumble or your Odyssey or your BitChute, the ideal situation is all of your previous videos would be pulled over and copied into those accounts, and then all future uploads are immediately uploaded to those accounts as well. Now that part works, right? All future live streams and uploads that I do will appear on Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. Um, but with like BitChute, they they could only start where I was at. They couldn't do my past stuff. So I'm gonna have to upload all those individually, and that's taken a lot of time. I spent all day, like for days and days now, trying to get this stuff straightened out and get everything over there. And Odyssey, it's so scrambled over there. There's a whole lot of my stuff over there. It did get synced up, but I don't know that all the videos are there. Some stuff is duplicated because I'd uploaded it before, and I don't think the syncing process realized that video was already there. And so Rumble didn't get all of the previous ones synced over either. So I've had to go back and sort through and figure out which ones did not make it over the Rumble and upload those all individually, which is kind of a pain because all of my stuff can't fit on my computer, so it's up in the cloud. So, and then the internet where I'm at here, where I'm normally at, it can't. I mean, it just ain't got enough balls. So I got to go somewhere with better internet, and then I got to wait for the file to download off the cloud, and then I got to upload it into Rumble. So it's just a whole time consuming mess, and so I got to get the thumbnail and this description and all that stuff, and check some boxes, and it's the whole thing. It's not being synced is cool because I put my thumbnail and description and title and everything into StreamYard, and it goes automatically to all those platforms, all four of them. So anyway, I'm getting there with Rumble. All Lockbeard Phenomena live streams are over there now, and all Lockbeard Random live streams after 27 and until now are over there now. I still got to upload 1 through 26, and that's two full days of work probably. but it'll so Rumble will be the first one that's fully synced, I think, and of course I'm emailing back and forth with support on these platforms, trying to handle this issue and that issue, and the syncing process is not perfect, and those platforms are missing a lot of things that YouTube has, but hopefully they're all going to get better in time. Everybody says they are. They're going to get better. They're, like their analytics suck and all kinds of stuff. So, but so yeah, I want to have at least one of them with all my videos over there, and then be able to stream over. Now, if I'm going to stream over the Rumble, it looks like I'm going to have to have the pay service on Rumble. So there's more money going out, but whatever. Because I need to get set up with that at some point, though, because if YouTube shuts me down entirely, they say, oh, look, this guy's got 2 other channels he's using to get as a little get around on our bullshit. They might shut down the account entirely because it's one account and I got 3 channels on it. So that when they suspend a channel, they don't suspend the spare channels, so I can still still do this. But did I see Trumpy Bears here? He says, Lockbeard, glad you're on the air. Thank you. Chrissy flying the flag and the black heart. Something else I've noticed, says Chrissy, it shows you only have 2 viewers. I know for a fact 3 different people are watching, plus whoever else is in chat. Yeah, I'm showing 3 right now. I mean, it may have been it was just delayed in showing how many. I'm showing 3 right now, which is looks like you, Rusty, and Trumpy Bear, and Judy. And it should be showing myself as well. Over on YouTube, it's just showing 3 watching. And this is just one of the examples of what the YouTube's bullshit. They manipulate the numbers. This is what some of us have been talking about. And people think, you're just bitching about this and that. And, just shit, no, dude, they manipulate this shit. So, like the watch hour stuff. Squatching Cowboy was talking about this, how his watch hours had gotten shaved off and stuff. YouTube does it because if he gets his watch hours up, he can monetize his channel and start actually, this hobby that costs money starts to, hopefully pay for itself at some point, and then maybe become a proper income at some point. But they do all these little things to keep you from growing to reach that monetization requirement of 1,000 subscribers. So where I've had some people get all bent because I try to push for subscribers. I'm like, YouTubers live and die by their subscribers. I mean, if you can absorb the cost of doing it and the time and that's fine. For some people they can do it as just a hobby, but at some point I either got to go get a regular job because I can't just do odd jobs forever and work so little, because I'm spending so much time doing stuff for YouTube and Rumble and Odyssey and BitChute and trying to get this thing going, this LOCKBEARD phenomena going, right? But YouTube's actively trying to keep us down, and especially someone like me, like they're censoring the shit out of me in chat. So, like if you guys see at the very beginning there, you see this channel, Achaeos Salisbury, aka Lockbeard. That's this channel we're using right now. The Lockbeard channel, which is the normal channel. For anyone watching the replay, it's not familiar watching in the distant future. That's the normal channel. So if you like this, go over to the Lockbeard channel and you'll see a whole bunch of this shit show. And then Cold Break's another spare channel. It's just Lockbeard rearranged. Now it says 3, but there's more. Yeah, there's more. YouTube. I'm telling you, I think they got some little switches. They say, well, let's see, we'll will shave off some subscribers, and I've been watching them do that. In fact, like I was at 199, and then it's now down to 197. They shave a couple off every here and now. They shave a couple off every so often. Well, actually, it might not be showing that accurately. I need to switch over. I see Rusty's here. Welcome. Thanks. Glad to be back. Why is this thing not cooperating? A little shade here is not working right. Thank you, Rusty. And thanks for the support, guys. Well, it might make you neurotic. I don't know if you want to. I mean, how much are you worried about it? You know, if you see what they do, they may not do it to you. Like, because some people are like, it ain't happening, because it never happened to them, and then it happens to them. I think, who was it the other night? Icon saying they deleted, I think it was Icon. It might have been somebody else. Somebody said that they found out that YouTube had unsubscribed them from 50 different channels. What the hell, dude? Why does YouTube think they can just go in? Because they'll say, well, we identified those as spam channels or something. Like, they got some bullshit excuse for it. I swear, if this thing doesn't cooperate up in here, maybe if I do that. Hold on a second. I've been meaning to make build a shade for this window that works better than this piece of shit. True story. Papa got unsubbed from me. Was it Papa Craig? It might have been Papa Craig. Yeah, and you got to ask, why are they targeting cryptid and paranormal channels, huh? There might be a thing or two they want to share. See, now I'm showing only 2 watching. Yeah, only 2 watching. Well, I'm gonna switch over to because I'm gonna I should show 3 if it added one for me. But I wouldn't think it would add one for me. I would think it would show 3 if it would just replace the other channel viewing it, but whatever. So let's see if the sub count changed. Looks like it's the same, but who knows? Yeah, it's the same. But yeah, so they're going to tell me that 2 people just kind of up and decided to unsubscribe out of 200. I'm not buying it. Brandy's here. Welcome. She said no. Pyromedic got unsubbed from over 50. Yeah, that must be who it was. I wasn't remembering who it was. Welcome to the chat, Brandy. We're over here being real pirates today because YouTube does not want me live streaming for some reason. Because I think it's because there was the one thing. Well, part of it was, though, I guarantee you that's their excuse, right? The mention of a certain medication that's been kind of a big controversial thing in the news concerning the hocus pocus germ of 2020 that seems to not go away. But also, that was the LOCKBEARD Random Live number, was it 59? Yeah, 59. Trampled by police. I guarantee you they don't want people knowing about that. They don't want people knowing about that. They want everybody to believe that those protesters were being they were the ones that were violent, and the cops were just trying to control a violent crowd of people. No, the cops were being violent. They're damn lucky they didn't kill that woman. Randy is 4. Yeah. Right, your scallywag. Yeah, freaking scallywags. So yeah, we're gonna be here anyway. After the 2 weeks is over, I'll just upload all these over onto the Lockbeard channel. I don't know how to make it go over there and take the chat with it. And this will be this will not either I can upload this ahead of time. It's just such a pain in the ass to upload them that it's better to, because I'm going to have to upload them to the Lockbeard channel anyway. There's no way around that. And then it should sync up with the other 3 platforms, and then the new upload should just go right over. So I probably shouldn't just accept that these live streams in these 2 weeks are not going to be over there until the end of the 2 weeks. Brandy makes 4. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it was the mention of, I didn't even say the word. I spelled out like the first 4 letters of it, I think, or something, of the medicine that has been a big controversial thing. Joe Rogan, CNN spatted over it, trying to tell him he was taking horsewormer and shit. See, I probably said too much now. They're probably going to come in and say, oh, medical misinformation again. Bitches, I'm not claiming to be a doctor. Did I even say that it would cure anything? I don't know. I don't remember what I said. But you do not want to mention that word in the wrong way, I guess. Unless you want to, do the take a break from YouTube, I guess, or go to your other channel if you have one. And Chrissy says it's weird because people will text me instead of using chat, but my account never matches. Yeah, they suppress that shit. So I don't know how we fix it. Maybe I wonder if enough people could get together and buy up enough shares of Google to get controlling interest in the company, and then just say, hey, look, we vote that this bullshit stops. YouTube needs to be free expression, period. Aside from shit that's actually illegal, but then they'll probably make it illegal to mention certain stuff. Chrissy says, do they have to be chatting to be considered a viewer? No. Whoever's viewing the show, they don't have to be chatting. Michael's here. He says, hey, Lockbeard, don't make me have to hunt for you like this. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry about that. Freaking YouTube, man. Digital tyranny. Say only what we want you to say. Brandy says, you have to use terms like allegedly, and in my opinion, if you plan to monetize eventually, probably would be beneficial to read the community guidelines. There's a lot you can't say. Yeah, there's a lot you can't say. Yeah, there's a lot you can't say. Some highs and hellos going on and whatnots. Rusty by YouTube stock. So, yeah, no, that's probably not even remotely possible. The freaking, it's all under the what they call it's called Alphabet Corporation or something. I mean, I'm not kidding. That's what it's called. That's the that owns Google and YouTube and all this. Anyway, it's huge. And then the central guys that, like the founders and stuff like that, and certain insiders, they try to say, there isn't any shenanigans. There's shenanigans going on because those guys own a type of stock. I forget what it's called, but the special type of stock that isn't publicly traded, and it gives them 10 votes. Because you can get the voting shares, and then there's different types of shares that come with them, different benefits. But anyway, they have a certain type of share that has 10 votes, and like they own millions and millions and millions in the company. You could just never take it from them, I don't think. I don't know the exact percentage and what, but you better believe they probably got the vote locked up, and you probably can't buy enough voting shares of the ones that are publicly traded to take to outvote them. Not with an unfair system like that. And yes, it's goddamn unfair. Look, son of a bitch. I mean, how in the hell is it legal for a company to go and be publicly traded, but then there's special shares that have 10 votes compared to a normal 1 vote share that the public can get? How's that legal? How's that truly going public? I don't see how don't seem right. I understand the founders want to maintain power of the company, but if you're gonna go public, I want a share that is equivalent to everyone's else in voting power. Bunch of man, that whole shit's rigged. Of course, Wall Street's totally rigged, man. There's so much shit that's so damn rigged, it's crazy. Um, Cooking. Don't know if I said it. Cooking. Randy says, unfortunately, the censorship is out of control. Yeah, I mean, that's why we gotta keep pushing. You know, keep pushing the boundaries. I mean, I know it's not that's not everybody's thing, but that's definitely mine. Is to is to is to try and regain some liberty we've lost, and we've lost so much, and YouTube should have to adhere to what my constitution says. If they're operating in cyberspace, which should be free space, right? So, it's just like the public square. You can go set up a food cart in a public square, but you can't discriminate against black people. You know what I mean? Well, you can't do that in general, supposedly, but you know what I mean. You're operating in a place that is under the rule of the Constitution in the case of American citizens. Cyber, you got the cyberspace level of it, but then it's interacting with this space, and in this space I'm in America, damn it, which means you got to respect my rights. You can't discriminate against me because of I don't believe what you want me to believe. You can't stop me from expressing myself. If YouTube wants to operate in our space, because cyberspace don't belong to you, and the damn United States don't belong to you, no matter what you guys think, you must adhere to our constitutional rights. You must not oppress our constitutional. Brandy says, "Hey, hi, Taro Tuber." Michael says, "Not raining here yet. Always keeping the upper hand." Yep. Damn the man. Damn the man. So yeah, here we be. Banished from my channel. That's all right. I'll be back, and I will, just be more motivated to push back against the digital tyranny and the medical tyranny that we're under right now, that Canadians are fighting to put an end to right now. And of course, they cleared out that area, and they set up like what they're calling a red zone. A lot of the truckers took off. A lot of people are saying, "Oh my gosh, they've won." that the government won. But they're meeting at this war memorial. A lot of the protesters are down there now. So I don't know if the cops are going to descend on them. The cops did show up. As soon as those people started showing up down there, here come the cops. And they try to act like they're being nice and saying, "Look, you just can't go in the red zone. Y'all don't you use the crosswalks and just stuff like that." Like, whatever, dude. You guys were coming over to exact a little bit of intimidation upon those people. Is what you were trying to do with a smile on your face. I wish I could go up there, and but there's been a few people live streaming out of there, so we have actual video. Like that, I mean, we need that. We need it. We need all of it. We need as much as we can get because, you got dumbasses like Trudeau trying to convince everybody, oh, there's a bunch of Nazi flags flying up there and shit like that. There was not. There, like every so often, someone pops out something that's not right, and everyone that's there knows that's someone that's come there to make them look bad. It's a plant. If it's not a plant by the government, it's just some far left piece of shit that wants to come up there and try and make them look bad just individually. But it's always a plant. All the video you see, you don't see any of that shit. You said there was one point where there was a video where somebody busted out a Confederate flag for some damn reason. The Confederate flag in goddamn Canada, and then they kind of shamed him and he went away. It's not about that, But the media and the government and Trudeau keep trying to paint those people as being a bunch of racists and Nazis and all that stuff, and it's just not true. So that's why we need that's why we need the video. The problem is like, why didn't they shut down cell services, right? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, they could shut down cell service. I don't think they wanted to. I think they wanted the world to see. They want every Canadian to see that you can try and protest, but in the end, the government will win. And you guys, you got arrested and hauled off. We trampled no one with a horse. No one's probably going to pay for that. We hit some people with some sticks. We pepper sprayed some people. We showed up with guns and snipers on the roof, and there was even rumor they had LRAD out there, and they want you to see that we can still make half the country, all the lefties over here, at least the far lefties anyway. They all are believing the bullshit we're telling them, even though you guys got all this live stream footage showing it's not true at all. That we were the ones that made it violent. That you guys didn't block the street. You left open lanes so emergency vehicles could come through. But we, the cops and the government, blocked the roads. We were the ones that blocked the roads. And then they fenced the whole place off. And it's just, they're getting away with all this lying, insofar as the left is believing it. Because they just watch the mainstream media and listen to their favorite far left politician. And then this prick comes up in my chat the other day and tries to ask me about Ukraine and what I think about it. And I said something about it. He's like, oh, say you don't know, and blah, 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 and being all a bitch about it. I'm like, look, dude, I know what you're trying to do. I know what the whole situation over there is about. It's a distraction. Don't tell me we're going to have another Cold War with Russia. Russia is their government's in collusion with our government. Anytime we need to point at some baddie that's about to get us, we call up Russia. We say, hey, Russia, flex some muscles. Act like you're going to invade the Ukraine or someplace, Crimea or whatever. Go just do some saber rattling so we can distract people. Say, oh my gosh, Russia, we're gonna have another Cold War. It could escalate to a hot war and bullshit. I don't remember that person's name that was in the chat. I'm sure you guys can see it in that. I don't even remember which episode it was. Coming here trying to talk to me about Ukraine. Fuck off. That's a distraction. It's a setup. Those, Jesus Christ, I'm not buying it. Not buying it. Only thing we know about what's going on over there is what we're told by the media. I mean, there might be some people showing some real live streams of what's going on there. I don't know, but that's a half a world away. And our neighbor to the north, Canada, who could have been part of the United States, but isn't. They decided not to join our little revolution party, right? Our neighbor's in trouble. They have a tyrannical government coming down on them and just trying to find an excuse to start shooting at them. So I care about them more than I care about Ukraine. I care about Ukraine. Don't get me wrong. Those people. They're in a weird place there. They always got this big monster Russia there breathing down their neck. There's always a threat that some freaking big conflict staged by the governments is going to happen, and a bunch of the regular everyday people are going to get killed for their stupid game. But with the media here, like trying not to report about this, and they've had to at this point because there's so many people live streaming out of there. And then distracting us with Ukraine over here bullshit. Yeah, come up in my chats trying to bring up Ukraine. I mean, we can talk about Ukraine, but it's a distraction. It's totally being used as a distraction. Michael says, Rusty, what's the word on the winter storm for us? And Rusty says, are you completely locked out of the other channel? No, I'm not completely locked out, Rusty. I can chat in the chats on other people's channels, but my chats a lot of time are not visible unless you switch over to live chat. If you're still on top chat, top chat they supposedly use to censor out the bots, but we see the bots all the time anyway. It's not. No, I guarantee you they got a little switch. They say, look, we're gonna flip this switch on the Lockbeard channel because we don't like what he's saying, and make it to where his chat, when he says something in chat, it doesn't show up if people haven't switched to live chat. And I've been able to confirm that. I mean, I can go to my other channels and see that, and other people are telling me that. So, but I can chat and I can comment and stuff like that. They haven't shut all that down. I just can't upload videos. I can't upload videos. And Lockbeard Random Live number 59 is invisible. And I tried appealing it, but they wouldn't give. They wouldn't budge. So you can't see Lockbeard Random Live number 59. But you can see it, and there's been 3 random lives that have been deleted from YouTube. Number 14, number 27, and number 59. And all 3 of those are over on Rumble, and I don't know about BitChute and Odyssey. Those 2 should at least have LRL number 59 on them. This one that just got me suspended. Rusty says, Mike, the low here tonight is 61, but it's coming a flood. Skip me on the flood, but I live on a hill. Yeah, sometimes it's good to live on a hill. Unless a big tornado comes along and blows you off. Trumpy Bear says, I think Trump's social media went live today. Don't know much about it. Yeah, he has started, forget what he's calling it, like a free, like a real, like truth. There's something truth or free speech kind of thing or whatever. Anyway, it's like a Twitter clone. And of course, over on Twitter, all the far lefters are losing their shit about it. But the truth of the matter is, we want them to lose their shit about it, because the more they lose their shit about it, they have to mention it. They have to mention it, and then people are learning about it and knowing about it, because a lot of people don't even know this is happening. And then they might go over there and check it out as a result of the far left losing their damn minds. And Twitter ought to be shaking their boots, because Trump will pull millions of people over there, and if those people would just think for just a second to delete their Twitter account. Everyone needs to get off Twitter. I got off Twitter. Fuck those guys. I still got my Facebook, but I never hardly look at it unless someone says, "Hey, I sent you a message over there," and then I'll get into it. But I hate opening Facebook. It's freaking CIA spying op anyway, and Zuckerberg just creeps me the hell out. And he's free speech is totally, like, I stopped posting on Facebook a long time ago. It doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good. And anyway, Facebook needs to die. Needs to freaking die. And people go to some kind of alternative. I don't know what that would be, though. I mean, I thought Parler might be it, but who knows? We'll see. Michael says, I hope y'all don't get flooded out. I never had to deal with floods where I live. Yeah. We get flooding in some areas around here. I wouldn't be surprised if where I'm sitting at now, if every so often Mother Nature would throw a flood that'd flood over this place. But it would be a very rare occurrence, like every 1,000 years or something. But I can see how it could happen. We're close enough to the river. We're low enough in elevation. It's possible. Rusty says, I'll be fine. Just don't want the Lockbeard to get shut back down. Got to have my evening show. Well, thank you, Rusty. Michael says, the Crimea River. Yeah, Crimea River. Yep. Lester's here. Welcome. He says, howdy, Lockbeard. Followed you on Rumble today. Thank you, Lester. Thank you. Yeah. So almost all my video, I don't know if you heard that part. Almost all of my videos on YouTube are over there, including the ones that were banned on YouTube. And but episodes 1 through 26. Episodes 1 through 26 are not on Rumble yet, but I'll get them over there within a few days. It takes forever to do the upload, but damn bots too. BitChute. No, it's spelled BITCHUTE. It's where a lot of people are going. That because they're sick of the lack of free expression on YouTube. So it's one of the platforms that they're going to, and the media is trying to paint them as being a bunch of Nazis and white supremacists and all that stuff. And sure, some of them are floating around there because they sure shit can't say anything on YouTube, but it's really more of a free speech video platform. And they actually have a decency to have a dark mode. There's like a little moon up in the top right corner next to the little dollar sign and your little icon where you click to go to your channel and stuff. See, there is a dark mode on BitChute. I think, look, I like dark mode on everything. It's just my pet peeve when they don't have it. Like Rumble doesn't have it. Hopefully they get it. Odyssey does have it. YouTube does have it. But anyway, it's another video sharing platform, and it's been growing. Actually, I will put the link to my channel over there in the chat. Also, if you guys decide to start up, you've never been to BitChute yet, look in the descriptions of my videos. Or no, you know what? I'll just go ahead and post it. I had like once you get it going on there, like you can start sharing your referral link over there, and to BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, all of them. And so on BitChute, like you get credited. Like I'm not sure exactly what it amounts to, but you get credited for that if someone uses your referral link. On Odyssey, they have like these Odyssey credits or whatever that you can earn. Anyway, if someone uses your referral link, you and that person both get some level of credits. I don't know exactly how much that is. And then on Rumble, if someone uses your Rumble referral link, you get 5% of commissions, and I guess that adds up over time. And it does not interfere with the earnings of the person who uses the referral link, right? But so, they really should include something that kind of entices a person to use a referral link beyond just helping you out. But, both people should get something out of it. But, I think it would help. But I'm going to try and put that in the chat. Let's see here. So, because it is these are at the bottom of the description of all my video, or my recent videos anyway. But I'm hold on just a second. Putting this in the so here's the BitChute referral link. I'm just taking it right out of the description. Here is the Odyssey referral link. And here is the Rumble referral link. So yeah, please use those if you're going over there, and then you'll see a lot of content creators over there that they will not let, like that. Some of them have just straight up left YouTube. They're like, screw it. Or if they did keep a channel over here, they only put certain things over here because they have to censor shit of it. And then they go over to these platforms and they post whatever the fuck they want. So yeah. Chrissy says, I was supposed to be going to see Laura today, but Rusty dropped the ball. Uh-oh. Rusty says, we're all three that were taken down on the same subject. All three of the ones that were taken down on the same subject. I think, trying to remember. Yeah, I mean, I think they all were. I think so. I'd have to go back and double check. I'm pretty sure they were all had to do with the plan demic. Medical misinformation bullshit. One of them was titled like beard troubles, I think it was. But the bullshit came up or whatever, and anyway, they removed that. Michael says, I think every form of social media is observed by Big Brother. Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. I have no hope that there is anything that's allowed to exist that they don't got their fingers into. If they or and just the internet in general, government created that bitch, right? How much you want to bet they can observe anything anywhere on the internet, period, if they want to, and they don't want us to know that. The whole thing from the very beginning, could have been one big, um, planned uh, way to watch everybody. So what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Lester says I synced YouTube with Rumble myself. Yeah. Oh, and as far as Odyssey goes, like I didn't. I went ahead and tried to sync it originally, and it wouldn't let me, and it said it's because you don't have enough subscribers, and there was something else. Um, like one of them, they want you to have like a pretty regularly be making content. I can't remember which one that was, but anyway, Odyssey, definitely one of the limiting factors was you had to have like 300, I think, or 300 subscribers on YouTube before they would sync you up. But I saw somewhere where somebody said if you email their support at their support email and ask them nicely, they may go ahead and sync your channel. And so that's what I did, and they did. However, it's not perfect, right? So and I ended up with a bunch of duplicates, like the same videos on there twice in a lot of cases. And I ended, and it's all scrambled up too. A lot of it is anyway, um, which is driving me nuts because it's making it hard for me to see what's what and if they missed any. Because Rumble's synced up, but then they missed some, especially and mainly the older ones. That they didn't get the older ones. BitChute told me first thing, like, this will only sync up what you make going forward. It does not bring over the older videos. So I don't know. So hopefully, are we still live? Because chat has gone quiet. How much you want to bet YouTube's pulling some bullshit? It still says 7 watching. Well, it looks like we're still rolling. Or is everybody checking all those links? We is still live. Lester says we're still here. Chrissy says it's syncing mine now, and I don't have 300. Is it really? Oh no! Now see, because I thought it was going to, but then it popped back and said, "Well, we can't do it or something." So, but maybe they went ahead and did it for you. Maybe they went ahead and did it for you. I don't know. It seems a little weird. It's like, why would they set this rule and then you can email them and they will go ahead and do it? Or I don't know. I don't know. I don't like how many subscribers you got though. If you're close to 300, maybe it's okay. I don't know. Or maybe you have 300 and don't know it. You suddenly shot up to 300 subscribers overnight. uh, and Michael says we is still live. We is still live. So yeah, this is just ridiculous. I'll keep on heading forward. I'm still thinking really hard about going to the protests in DC. It's going to be a little bit of a costly endeavor, but I'm thinking of doing it. And have some reservations about some stuff. Just how safe is this going to be? DC kind of sucks, right? Anyway, let alone when there's a protest going on, you got some cops trying to, get at you, which that may happen here. It might not happen here. I don't know, but there needs to be people there filming everything and showing that the people that are there who really believe that it's the right thing to do to protest this bullshit, that they aren't criminals. They are just freedom loving people. Chrissy says it's a setup, Lockbeard. It may very well be. What if it is? What if the whole thing's a setup? Like I said, I think that they wanted everyone to see that they could roll in and do whatever they want. They could shut down a legal protest and arrest people and rough some people up and run an old woman over with a horse, even. I mean, and there's nothing that we can do to stop them. Rusty says, Chrissy just cooks steaks and greens, but I'm listening. Awesome. Steak and greens. Y'all keeping it keto? Is that what's going on over there? Speaking of keto, where's Mr. Lee at? Is anyone that listens here or watches here? Has anyone, like, I think, didn't Lester, someone I thought had decided to try out keto or carnivore as a result of listening to my bullshit? Not in the air fryer, though. Not in the air fryer. And trying to hold down some keto, much simpler than what I was trying to do. Keto, I mean, it really is. I mean, it's just don't eat carbs, Carnivore, I think, is even simpler. Just eat meat. Just eat meat. Just eat fatty meat. That's an important thing there. Just eat fatty meat. If you do that, like, because the plants are poisonous, all of them. They're all poisonous, and it's hard to convince people that because they've been told their whole life, oh, these things are super healthy for me. They couldn't possibly harm me. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Lester says carnivore for 2 weeks. Now, a lot of people will respond because their gut it takes time for the gut to adjust. I know it's gross talk, but I mean, do you have difficulties with that? Or because other people, they just go, it's smooth sailing, and they go right to the situation where that they're not all bloated anymore, and they're not like punishing the freaking crap out of the toilet, producing massive amounts of waste, which that's how I would describe what happens to normal people. Like, everyone out there thinks they're taking a normal shit. Sorry, this is gross, but they're not. They're crapping way more than they're supposed to, because all that stuff in those plants is just not digestible stuff, because humans are carnivorous creature, and we've been lied to about that. We're a carnivorous creature, and this is an environmental issue too. Because if everyone went carnivore, I was measuring all my food intake, but I wasn't measuring all my expulsions. But I would suspect that the reduction in waste from humanity, if everyone went carnivore, would be like down to like maybe 30% of the shit. We would be producing only 30% of the amount of shit. That's just a rough guesstimate, but 30% of the amount of shit, which means our wastewater impact on the environment would be drastically reduced. Let aside from the health benefits, the health benefits are just amazing. Um, Lester says off pain meds, walking 2 miles a day. Awesome, dude. I'm glad it's helping you. Pass your story on to other people. People have got to realize that humans did not spend hundreds of thousands of years with spears killing the biggest, fattiest, red-meated animals on the planet because they were too stupid to be vegan. No, they were just doing what humans are supposed to do. And then somebody got stupid and invented agriculture, and then they started eating all this grain and all these plants and stuff, and you know, it's just been a disaster. I think human lifespan is probably lower than what it's supposed to be right now. You know, it's because all these plants make us sick. They're slowly poisoning us to death. Just disruptive to so many things in our body. You know, so many people like mental health issues. These plants are causing a lot of mental health issues, and you know, no one's telling them that except for a few of us assholes out here trying to tell you. So look, you know, some of your problems are caused by these poisons you're eating all the time. Christy said, I did carnivore for first few weeks, like Lester suggested, with intermittent fasting, and weight fell off quick. Yeah, yeah. If you're trying to lose weight, because if you don't eat carbs, but especially if you go to strictly carnivore, and again, I can't stress enough: eat all the fat. Eat all the fat. Don't be afraid of fat. You want to eat fat. You will lose fat while eating more fat than you ever ate before, as long as you're not eating carbs, and especially if you're not eating plants at all. But the carbs, because the carbs put you, your hormones react to it and put you in a fat storage mode. So if you eat carbs with your fat, then you'll gain a bunch of weight. But if you just eat the fat by itself, you will not gain a bunch of weight. You'll start heading towards a healthier weight. Not doing keto till summertime, says Christy. Now, Lester says I've got so much energy, it's crazy. No more naps. Yeah, yeah. And the fasting issue too, like because you know I was doing keto and I was fasting, like intermittent fasting, but sometimes fasting 2 days. You know, so I'd roll up in a gym, and the you know, people at the gym are like, you're stupid. You need to eat 5 meals a day and blah blah blah, and you can't be coming here. You can't be coming to the gym and lifting weights when you haven't eaten for 47 hours. And then I fucking did it. I did it the day before at 23, 22 hours of fasting, 24 maybe. And then I'd be in the gym again and do some more lifting. Now nothing too strenuous, but I was lifting some damn weights. And then you know, I would always eat after lifting weights. If I ate that day at all. And they were like, "No, you're crazy." I'm like, "Dude, no, I'll tell you what's crazy is I watch you guys every year. You come in here and on January 1st, some of these people, and then you'll go on this crash diet and do a bunch of cardio, and then you might lose some weight for a while, but then you fall off the wagon, and then next year you come back in and you weigh 10 pounds more than you did the previous January 1st, and you just stair step up like that. You just go up and down and up a little more and then down, but not as far as you did before. And then you'll go up a little more and then you'll come down, not as far. And before you know it, you're 100 pounds over a healthy weight and wondering what the hell happened. You followed all the rules in January. Why couldn't you stick to it? You couldn't stick to it because you were still eating carbs mainly, but plants in general. But the main culprit in there is the carbs. And then thinking you need to eat every few hours. You don't need to eat every few hours. Now, if you're going to try and get as big as a bodybuilder, which is an unnaturally big and unhealthy situation, You know, you may look at that guy. He's big and lean. No, the dude's bigger. Like your organs aren't made to handle all that shit. Your organs aren't made, and you wonder why they have heart attacks and organ failure, and a lot of bodybuilders die young, and they try to say, well, that's just the steroids. There's a little more going on than that. There's a little more going on than that. I mean, shoot. Chrissy says, "How does this convo always happen here?" Because I'm just a big advocate of it, and I know it'll save lives. It'll help people a lot. I mean, I haven't been sticking to it myself very well at all, but a lot of the time I do. Um, like I haven't eaten strictly carnivore today. I got in maybe about 30 grams of carbs, which is still keto because I love corned beef hash, and it has the restaurant I go to. The amount of hash you get in the meal is about 30 grams worth of potato, but at least it's not grain. But I had that with eggs and bacon, and then I had a double bacon cheeseburger wrap, but it was wrapped in lettuce. Um, so a lot of time if I'm not feeling like just being, like it's just easier that way, like because then I can pick it up and eat it still as a wrap, as a lettuce wrap, as opposed to like sometimes I get there and I just say no bun, and now I got to eat it with a fork and knife and stuff. So I don't know, but I'd like to get where I'm strictly carnivore again, and because then I fall off the wagon, and like the other day I was sitting here eating some damn Pringles, and then wonder why, I start having issues and drowsy, brain fog, and feeling bloated and other stuff. It's just not good. Um, Chris says, "Oh, Dan, congrats, Lester. That is amazing." Yeah, everyone that gets on it and sticks with it, or at least most people, especially like if you have a certain particular health issue that is stemming from it, a certain type of plant, because people think, look at okay, because y'all just mentioned meat and greens, right? Steak and greens. Okay, perfect example is Jordan Peterson for this. Maybe a bit of an extreme example, but still a perfect example. Him and his daughter were having various health issues, and uh, anyway, they had, she was the one mainly doing the experimentation and taking out this food and trying to figure out what the hell am I supposed to eat that I'm not going to be sick. She had horrible. I can't remember what the condition was, but it was just horribly debilitating. And anyway, and Jordan Peterson, if you don't know who he is, he was anyway. I don't know if he still is. University of Toronto professor of psychology, really well known guy. Anyway, probably. I mean, you can find him talking about it elsewhere, but I think on the Joe, if you go look at the Joe Rogan episode, I think the clip is on YouTube somewhere. Joe Rogan talking to Jordan Peterson about eating meat, and Jordan tells him about how they had gotten their diets down to like meat and greens, like you just said, right? And he was still having problems, and he's like, what the hell? And his daughter called him and just said, look, you need to get rid of the greens. He's like, I can't have the greens either. And she's like, yes, you got to get rid of the greens. So he went to only eating meat, and it solved this problem. Like one of his issues was like horrible depression, as I recall, and it went away. He was pretty damn overweight when the whole thing started, and he ended up now he's just a lean looking guy now. Um, so yeah, that would be something I think for a lot of people that might want to check out is that Jordan Peterson interview on Joe Rogan. Uh, there was a section, a segment where they were talking about Jordan Peterson's health issues and how he had to get rid of greens in his diet and go to only meat um, to solve his health issues. Lester says getting used to salt water is the hard part. Well, I mean, you don't have to put salt in your water. Like I don't do it anymore. I was pretty sprinkling a little bit of salt in my water here. You may be overdoing it, like or just add extra salt to your food. But yeah, you can't be skimping on your salt because humans are supposed to get a little salt in there. You know, all the other animals are out here licking on a salt lick, right? And humans with our ancestry, along the seashore and eating a lot of stuff from the sea, we were getting that's where we were getting our iodine and stuff. So yeah, watch out for your iodine. If you're not getting enough iodine, it might be an issue. Um, like if you don't eat seafood very much and whatnot, but so you might want to get a good iodine supplement that has both iodide and iodine in it. Iodine or iodine, whatever they call it. There's two different forms. Um, Chrissy says I buttered them sticks up. Yeah, butter's a good thing. Real butter, real butter. That margarine shit they can throw in the trash. That stuff's horrible. Poison. Lester says, "Yep, I don't get hungry. Force myself to eat at night, one meal a day. Yeah, yeah. Like if you're trying to do one meal a day and you're still eating carbs, you got a fight on your hands. But if you first like switch to a zero carb diet, then it's a lot easier to go to one meal a day because you kind of almost naturally gravitate towards that because you're just not hungry. You're not hungry, partly because you're not getting a hormonal response from the carbs. The carbs tell you to eat more. I've explained why that is a little bit on here before, but also because you're not. Well, there's a number of mechanisms going on. There's the issue that you're not taking in enough of the right nutrients before. Um, but also these plants have anti-nutrients in it that prevent you from absorbing uh, uh, certain nutrients. And then if you're on a low fat diet, you can't absorb fat soluble vitamins almost at all. So all these people are going on a low fat diet thinking, oh, I'm going to lose weight. No, you're going to get malnutrition. Which look at most of these vegans. They look like they're about you know anorexic for a reason. they're not really absorbing much, um, you know, of any use out of plants. I mean, for one, it's not even there, and two, the plants prevent you from absorbing certain nutrients. Humans, man, we killed woolly mammoths and 160 some odd other gigantic fatty red meated animals, and that's what we did. That's what we specialized in. Yeah, that's why we start out as something similar to a chimpanzee, which was using a tool, takes a little piece of blade of grass or a stick or something and sticks down a termite mound. And so chimpanzees have tool use ability, simple tool use ability. We went from that to a spear, a spear that we started killing shit with, and probably had nets and just coordinated hunts and then scavenging, a lot of scavenging. That's why our stomach acid's so strong. We have the stomach acid of a scavenger, so we can actually eat uh, decaying meat just fine. Um, it's actually kind of good for us. It's gross to us in our culture now. It's gross to us, but that's more as a psychological thing more than anything. And you'd probably need to build your tolerance up too before you start trying it. There's a whole community of people out there doing it too. They call it high meat because when they eat decaying meat, they say they feel so good that it's like being high. Chrissy says, October, December, I'm going to eat and eat and eat every year. Well, you're fine to eat. Like if I go to a family gathering and they got all this food out there, and then I'm like, well, you know, all I gotta do is just not be tempted by the pies and the stuffing and the potatoes and gravy and all that crap, and just look. There's like two turkeys sitting over here. There's some ham. Occasionally there's some ribs. And maybe deviled eggs are probably okay if they didn't put a bunch of sugar in it, and because sometimes people put sugar in it. I don't put sugar in it if I make them, but um, Some people do, but yeah, you can make a perfectly decent carnivore plate, at a family gathering and get by. And if anybody asks, say just growl at them. Why ain't you eating the mac and cheese? Yeah, chicken and dressing, mashed potato season. Yeah, yeah. I just don't put that stuff on my plate. At least for the most part, I just don't put it on my plate. And I think a lot of people have learned just not to even ask. Don't even ask. Leave them alone. Just clear a path to the meat, and everything will be okay. Lester says, my brain tells me I need a slice of bread. What the F? I never ate bread. Your brain tells you need a slice of bread. Well, this gets back to, though, like, one, I don't know how lean you are right now. But in nature, humans didn't ever have any carbs except for when they found fruit, and then they would eat some carbs then. So that's why we can go back and forth between the keto system and the carb system, right? Partly, it's part of the reason why. But so you were designed to, like, uh, to eat the crap out of it when you found it. It was just a rare thing, but in the form of natural fruits. But now we got carbs everywhere, so people just eat it, and so the problem is it's similar to addiction, right? Because you're programmed to eat it in nature, something that you can't hardly get, but now you can get it all the time, and there's no off switch. So, and especially when you've been eating carbs your whole life, so you're basically a dope fiend, man. And so you're gonna have to fight that for a while. Um, you once your eventually your body will kind of figure out, okay, I'm not going to die, I'm going to be just fine. I don't need a fat store. I don't need to store any fat because I got plenty. um, Having eaten an normal American diet for years. And Chrissy says, oh, my bread is my Achilles heel, and pasta. Yeah, yeah, it's hard, but it's like a hard drug addiction. It's like that study they did with rodents, where they addicted the rodents to um, sugar water, and then they addicted them to cocaine in their water, and then they gave them a choice between the sugar water and a cocaine water, and the rodents chose the sugar water. So carbs are just, we're a society that's addicted to, on a wide scale, to something that's in effect a hard drug for us, and that's carbs. So it's going to be a fight. Lester says, I have severe autoimmune issues. I'm doing it for that, not the weight loss. And I'll be helping. There's a lot of people talking about this issue. I think I've mentioned before that I think that I'm having autoimmune issues, and my mother has it, and she's been tested. There's a gene that's kind of associated with it, and so that means it probably likelihood that it got passed to me, and some of my symptoms may be as a result of that, and they seem to alleviate when I get rid of the carbs. So that's totally a good reason to go to a carb free diet, and especially carnivore. Christy says, "Gotcha, Lester. Mine is a bit of both. I only have time to eat once a day. Sometimes if I gotta leave, if I gotta live, I miss that too. We got alive. You got alive. Um, yeah. Well, you could always keep some sliced, some summer sausage or something, salami or something. Munch on that. I mean, you can leave that sitting around. I mean, sometimes I might get some at a deli, have some sliced salami, and I don't have a refrigerator in here. Just sit over here. It'd be okay for a couple days. If I get really worried about it, like I had a big old some big summer sausages that they were on sale, so I bought them, and so I sliced off the part I was going to eat because I couldn't eat. Like it was pretty. I don't know how much it weighed, but each of these was, but it was really I could only eat a third of this thing a day. So I'd cut off the third of it, sprinkle some of this sea salt on the end just to kind of, as a preservative kind of thing, and wrap it back up, set it back over here. Heat of the summer, no big deal. Just, you know, Christy says carbs are life, yo. If I didn't cheat part of the year, I'd go nuts. Yeah, yeah. That's I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I don't know if maybe you could just reduce the amounts you're eating, and maybe over the years just kind of ease up a little more and more. I mean, go into it gradually. It'll make it a lot easier. But the problem is you gotta just like keep track, like just say, look, last year at Thanksgiving and Christmas I ate a cup of stuffing, so this year I'm going to eat three quarters of a cup, and then just ease up that way. You know, it'd be really hard for most people to go cold turkey. I mean, people, you look at a big person and you think, well, this person just needs to have self control. It's like, no, you got to understand though, they're dealing with a hard drug addiction. They really are, and some people are more susceptible to that than others. Just like alcoholism, some people, they can't drink alcohol. They'll get addicted, and that's what happens. They try it one day and they become a alcoholic. And then other people, like myself, I was afraid I was going to become an alcoholic because my dad was, and that was a whole bad thing. But I finally tried alcohol for the first time right about when I turned 22, because my friend said, "Look, we'll take care of things if you," because I was afraid I'd become violent or something. Well, if I become violent, you it's just you're gonna need some dudes there to put a stop to shit. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never been taking anything that would alter my mental function. And anyway, had some friends there that said, look, if things go wrong, we'll take care of it, whatever. It's like, okay. Well, it turned out that a life of having great value in self control and interest in controlling emotions and all that stuff. Uh, see value in the Vulcans on Star Trek, right? Control, control. Anyway, I think that's part of maybe part of what it was is that when I was drinking alcohol, no matter how much I drank, I was pretty much in control. I never became violent or anything like that. And then for a while in my 20s, especially, I was down at the bar every night. Walk in, get a shot of 151 and a Long Island iced tea to get things going. Forget beer. Beer was useless. All beer's good for is turned into piss. Um, and I was just it was really a social issue thing, I guess. But I was there all the time, and so if I was susceptible to alcoholism, I'd be an alcoholic. But I'd go through a period of time being at the bar, and then I'd get sick of the bar and just stop drinking entirely for a while, and then I might get into going to the bar again, and I get sick of bars. Are so they're not an uplifting place. But But yeah, people that are extremely overweight, they're dealing with some serious addiction issues, and people need to stop. Those people out there saying, "Oh, you just need to have self control." Well, no, they're going to need some help. You know, you send an alcoholic or a drug addict to someone to get help, and people with a carb addiction are a lot of them are going to need that same help. You know, it's the same for anything. Different people need different levels of health. Some people can quit smoking cigarettes cold turkey. Some people can quit drinking alcohol cold turkey, even if they were kind of an addict. But some people can't. They need help. Chrissy says, "Well, it's better than meth. At least I get to keep my teeth." Well, to an extent now, because look, the carbs are like they are jacking up your teeth. So that's you're not gonna get the full meth thing going, but you stop eating carbs, you're gonna have healthier teeth, and plants in general, really. Chrissy says we're talking pans, not cups, homie. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, that's how I used to be, like, with carbs, you know. Like when I was a teenager, man, I go cut up a huge, massive pile of potatoes and fry up enough potatoes to, for sides for a whole family, and I'd eat the whole pile myself. And piles of pasta and tons of chips, and uh, I'd drink a 2 liter of soda. Like when I was a teenager, I'd go down to what we called the little store and buy my dad cigarettes because they'd let you do that back then. And I'd get me a 2 liter Dr. Pepper. Like that was my favorite pop at the time. And I'd drink that whole 2 liter that night. Oh man. Well, it says we still got 7 watching. 6:18. Lester says Jordan Peterson reversed his gum disease on Carno. Yeah, he had a bunch of benefits from it, man. Bunch of benefits. He had an autoimmune issue. He had, I think it was like a serious depression issue, and he lost weight, and I think there was something else as well. Anyway, the guy's definitely all on board for carnivore. And his daughter's story, if you ever seen that, she was she was in trouble, man. And but there's so much about, look, I guess we're talking I guess we're talking carnivore tonight, huh? I mean, there's just so much, like, because people, like, I don't know, because to get people to listen to this, you got to break down years and years of programming about what you're supposed to eat. And I don't know what is, I wish I could say there was one single thing that I could say just to shut it down, so I could, didn't have to, spend so much time trying to convince people that humans are supposed to be um an obligate hyper carnivore. Like, we're more carnivorous than bears, really. I mean, that's really what we're supposed to be. More carnivorous than a bear. And bears are called hyper carnivores because they eat over, I think the number is 70%. If the animal eats over 70% of its diet as meat, it's considered a hyper carnivore. I would think that's just at least straight up carnivore, but and then hyper carnivore would be more, but whatever. Anyway, humans are more so carnivorous. We specialize in it because, they'll say, like, the whole teeth thing. They'll say, well, we don't got teeth and claws. That's proof. No, it's not proof of shit. It's proof that we didn't use our teeth and claws to take down prey for millions of years. I mean, chimps are out there hunting monkeys for about 3 or 4% of their diet. They don't have any claws. They have some pretty good fangs on them, but that's not really what they use. They use a coordinated attack and catch the monkey. You know, they're told it's a different type of carnivore than like a big cat or a wolf, where they run up and they try to grab the animal and bite it at the neck and kill it, or just tear it up enough to kill it. Humans just we again, I've talked about the aquatic ape hypothesis, how we our ancestors at some point along the way got to hanging out around the seashore and got extremely adapted to coastal marine habitat, swimming. We have all these things about us that shows that we're really designed for living along the shore and eating a lot from the sea. But I think that's where we started to really embrace, we just started to become carnivorous as a result of that. I think that sent us down that road and fueled the evolution of the increased brain size, because the great apes are pretty smart as it is. Now imagine if you take something that's that smart and then you shift its diet over to a carnivorous diet, and it already has some tool making ability, and then it starts figuring out, hey, maybe I can start, instead of pulling termites out of a mound or stealing the kill of a lion over here, what if I just kill that damn thing myself? I see them over there. I know I can get them. So what did I do? Well, the smart ones figured that out, and then suddenly their tribes were the ones that were had the upper hand and outcompeted the others. They were less likely to starve because they figured out how to kill prey and for themselves on a much larger scale. And I think it fueled the brain because the smarter ones were the ones who were more successful at hunts. So Chrissy says, going to pick up the child. Thank you, Lockbeard. Thank you for dropping by, Chrissy. Thank you all for showing up to the spare channel. So one thing, I don't think I've mentioned this, like they test I can't remember what the isotope is in the bone that they can test, and they have hard science on this, right? It's just undeniable that shows if you were a meat eater or not. Like they can see it in the bones, and so they know that our ancestors were heavy meat eaters. It's just a fact. So anyone that's trying to suggest, oh no, we're supposed to be like a gorilla and eat all plants, and no. Gorillas got that huge gut on them for a reason. They got this huge hind gut on them for digesting all that plant fiber and stuff. A bunch of microbes in there, breaking it down. And we don't got that. We don't got that huge hind gut. No doubt our ancestors, like with the teeth, no doubt our ancestors had bigger canines at some point. Well, we know that they did. We see in the skulls and stuff. But we didn't need canines anymore at all. They for primates, they seem to be more about a threat display and stuff. Like that what's that thing called? I've mentioned it before. Anyway, it's a oh man, I'll remember the name anyway. The thing eats only grass, but it has these massive, massive canines. You know, they're not about hunting. They're not about hunting. At least in the great apes, they're not. They're not about hunting. The canines aren't. They're about threat displays and stuff. But we lost them. We lost them. They're totally not necessary. Our teeth that we have are perfectly capable of chewing up meat just fine. And even if we had a little problem with that, our ancestors were using, you know, slivers of chert or flint or whatever obsidian, whatever we found that would shear off where it would have a blade like edge on it. And then of course we figured out how to make blades ourselves later, but we could process animals just fine and cut them down into chunks that we could chew up and eat. Or even if it's a small enough chunk, you could just swallow it whole. I bet a lot of times they probably just swallowed it whole. No big deal, and it digests is fine. And the whole idea that because you know how they were telling us, oh, if you eat red meat, it just sits there and rots in your gut. That's absolutely not true. It doesn't make it down your system. It digests way earlier and absorbs. And it absorbs a lot, a lot more than the plant material because it's actually something you can digest because you're designed to digest meat. You're not designed to digest plants. That is why most people right now take these massive and just incredible shits and think that this is normal. It's not normal. And toilet paper sales would go down because you wouldn't be destroying the toilet near as much. I mean, it's gross, I know, but it's just a freaking fact. The great toilet paper shortage of 2020 couldn't have happened because a lot of people would probably be like, you know what? I lay a loaf so clean, I don't even have to wipe. I can kind of live without the toilet paper. Yeah, this got gross. But when you're talking about dietary stuff, you kind of got to talk about what happens when at the end of the road, So, I don't know, man. So, anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream every day from this channel or not while the suspension is on. But we'll see. I mean, I'll definitely do LOCKBEARD PHENOMENA on Saturday nights. The next 2 Saturday nights, I guess I'm going to have to do them here. And then just upload them to the other channel afterwards. And I'll continue to try to push the limits as much as I can. I need to try not to get suspended again and try not to get more strikes because at some point, they shut you down entirely, I guess. But need to keep the pressure on. And hopefully, if enough people do that, YouTube might start feeling the squeeze. And I know they are. I know they're already feeling the squeeze. Because they don't want to monetize me. Because partly they don't want to pay me. They can still make their money. They don't want to pay anybody else. They're losing money. With I mean, I don't know what I bet they lost a lot of money with Joe Rogan not being on YouTube. Spotify being willing to pay $200 million for Joe Rogan, that speaks volumes. And then even was it Rumble that offered $100 million after he started running this shit with Spotify? Man, Rumble's nowhere near to YouTube's level yet, and they're willing to pay Joe Rogan $100 million. I mean, what's YouTube's problem? I mean, do they not like profit? I thought they were a business that they're supposed to like profit. Where are the shareholders that speaking up against it? Like, look, you assholes are screwing up. Just sit here and make the money. Stop pissing off half the customers. Stop running off the big players like Joe Rogan. Um, you got people going over their own websites and doing their own shows. I mean, you can't see everything from Crowder here on YouTube. You can't. Of course, some people are going to be watching this on Rumble and BitChute and Odyssey, but right now we're just on YouTube at the moment. And anyway, you can't see everything from Crowder, just some. Uh, uh, Tim Pool, just a bunch of them. One I was watching on YouTube, and he's over on the other platforms now, Rumble and stuff like that. Sticks Hexing Hammer. Um, Pretty cool dude. Check out his channel. Shit, you know what? Let me see if I can. Find. I'll have to throw his link in the damn chat, just because YouTube can go to hell. Might take me a second to. Might take me a second to find it. Where are you at, dude? It's over on. I know he's on BitChute. Just a second. Try to get to his page. There we go. Now, don't let the 666 scare you. He used to be, like a Satanist or something, but he ain't no more. Or I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but don't let that spook you. There's the link to Sticks Hexenhammer. There's a lot of political commentary about all the bullshit going on, and so that's in the chat over at BitChute. He's over on BitChute. I thought for sure he's on Rumble too, but I don't know who else to grab. It's over there on one of those platforms. But yeah, check out those other platforms. If you don't have an account over there, please use my referral links that are in the chat, and they're in the description to all my more recent videos. I might go back and try to change the descriptions of the older video. That'd take a lot of time, but the newer videos, the newer live streams, the descriptions all have those referral links down at the bottom of the description. So if you haven't joined them yet, go ahead and hit that referral link, and then that way it's a little benefit. It'd be a way for you to help out the LOCKBEARD channel, and in some cases it helps you out. And then once you get over there, like it's it be to your benefit. Like like anyone that's listening to this, like you're a new YouTuber, you're putting out some videos. I mean, it's a lot easier to get synced up to those other platforms as early as possible, so that it's just like I said with like BitChute, they wouldn't bring over the previous videos. They would just bring over anything new that I made. So I have to manually upload all the older videos. Well, if you got a bunch of videos, it's going to be hard to do that if you want to get all of your content over there. It may not even be worth it to do that for people that have had a YouTube channel for years. They may just have to say, look, you want to see our older stuff, it's on YouTube, but everything new is going to be over here, or maybe everything new is going to be on both channels, or all three, or all or four different or five different platforms. Some people are on six different platforms. Um, I don't know if I want to try and get on more or not. I still haven't got these perfectly synced, as I explained earlier. Um, so, and it's been just such a pain in the ass to do it. I definitely want to get everything over on these other platforms, so that if YouTube just gets impossible to deal with anymore, I can just abandon YouTube. You know, if they won't let me talk, they keep, they get where they may screw down things tighter. Some of the stuff I'm saying, like even suggesting that they're censoring the truth, might be, that might be enough for them to say, oh, nope, you can't be on here. You're spreading false information. YouTube is where the facts are. Um, Dr. Barry is doing a live. Um, oh, what's his last name again? You talking about the carnivore doctor? Um, trying to remember the last name. Barry. And I've referenced this guy before. If it's the one I'm thinking of, you don't, you're talking about Ken Barry? I'm thinking of a different guy than you're talking about. Um, but yeah, yep. Let me see here. Yeah, Ken Barry. I'm trying to remember the other one I was thinking about, like the Barry. Oh, the guy, like he did a documentary about carnivore. The idea of a, it was called. I'm trying to remember what that documentary was called. Oh man. Anyway, it was pretty cool documentary, kind of an introduction to the whole idea of, like, that might help a lot of people to start thinking about it. Had a weird play on words in the title. Gosh, I can't remember it right now. Uncle Bone says having trouble registering for Rumble. I am on the other two. I don't know what the issue might be. Don't know what the issue might be. But yeah, Lester, I won't be over there though, because I'm probably gonna go watch Pine Island Research. He's on in about 20 minutes too, and so yeah, I kind of like what he's been doing over there, and let me see. I'm gonna pull up his link. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Why is this thing not? There we go. Anyway, he's supposed to be on at 7. I don't see it. I guess he hasn't got it initiated yet. Isn't it later tonight? You mean Pine Island Research? Not unless he's had to push it to later. Like its normal time is supposed to be in 7 o'clock my time, about 19 minutes from now. I'm gonna put his link in chat, his channel anyway. But yeah, I mean, people here want to go to either one of these lives. Like Ken Berry, like I don't frequent Ken Berry stuff, but anyone that's talking carnivore is probably all right by me. And I don't know. Yeah, some hellos there. Isn't it later tonight? It's supposed to be here in just a little bit. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock Central tonight instead of 7. Or are you talking? I mean, you talking about a different time zone? Because it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be scheduled for 8 Eastern is when his normal time is, which is 7 Central. So unless he has to push it off for some reason, I don't see his channel's not big enough to have a community tab. It looks like so. Well, I mean, yeah. So he can't leave messages there. So how'd you find out if he has had to push it till later? How'd you find that out? Where'd he post it at? Because I don't know where to find like if he makes book because he don't have a community tab. So unless he put it like in his comment section, maybe. Which I'm looking, I don't see anything there. So hopefully we got some serious Bigfoot action tonight, maybe on the Pine Island Research. Because last week was a clunt-tastrophe. Is a clunt fiasco. You typed Pine Island Research on YouTube. Yeah, but how in the hell do I find? I just don't know. It looks like they tagged him on some music on that Clunt special, Valentine's Day special. The Undiscovered, and how could this happen to me? I guess he played some music that they tagged him for. See, you can't do nothing on YouTube anymore. Jesus Christ. The lesser sets the clutch shall rise again. Yeah, I imagine so. It sounds like this thing it might be unstoppable. I'm waiting to start seeing people like actually believe in it, that it's a real thing, and then like trying to try, or maybe it's convincing themselves they saw this thing, and then trying to pass off some account that they encountered something they were certain it's the clunt, and we're all sitting over here thinking, you guys are really demonstrating how this kind of thing goes. People believe that something's out there, and then they get convinced that they saw something, and they didn't really. It isn't what they thought they saw, or even people making it up, outside of the core group that came up with it. But it's really an interesting psychological experiment, really. Like, let's see where this shit goes, right? You're in Rumble? Awesome. Lester says, I still bring it up in every chat. Yeah, the clunt will never die. Um, yeah, I wasn't there, I guess, the night that all was born, but it's certainly gotten crazy. But yeah, I think this is going to be a good experiment, like to see how far this myth goes and how many people start actually believing it's a real thing. You got people watching Peter Kane's channel and actually believing like that he's legit, right? And that's just amazing. Like, are they not watching the whole channel? Like, are they not seeing um I mean, are they not seeing that he's just a parody? Like, he's just joking? I mean, he's not trying to hide. Holy shit, Peter Kane is live right now. He's talking about ticks on dogs and cats. Well, we're not going to watch that, but um, yeah, I mean, people are actually believing that his Bigfoot stuff is like legit, and it's just not. He's not trying to fool anybody. He's just joking around. Um, so I mean, I don't know how they're watching his stuff and believing it's real. I mean, we need to look at like one of his a piece out of one of his videos. We totally got to look at this. Um, just a second, I'll bring this up. I showed you guys the one before where he was milking it. um, Uncle Bone says, "You said Jeff is starting late." Well, Lester says something about he thinks he's starting late, but I don't know where that's posted at. Like, where would Jeff post that at? A sucker born in every minute, says Lester. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Look at this. So people believe he actually has a Bigfoot penis. Lester says, "Thanks, Lock. Got to go cook eggs."
Magnificent. Look at this. This is a beautiful specimen. Let me get the camera and we'll go on close and you can check this out. You can really see the shaft right there. See the shaft? Notice the head portion of the Bigfoot penis. It's very much like sort of like a dog penis in that it has a sheath. See, it has a sheath all the way up, and then it has this head part that I guess when it gets an erection, it comes out of the sheath. Notice the balls. Notice how they're contracted because it's cold. That's something that happens to all male mammals. It makes it shrink. So if you imagine it's this big, in actuality, it's probably even bigger. It just has the shrinking effect due to the cold. Now let me put the camera down, and I'll pick it up, and I'll show you the other side. Now here you can really get a sense of the size of the creature. If you look on this side, you can see right there. That's the main. I think that's the technical name is the main vein, right there. You know, it's the underside of the ball sack. There's some bruising going on here. Notice the length, the girth of the penis. See the head? The urethra. See the urethra there? Now, uh-oh. It's affecting my electricity.
Yeah, is anyone buying that? Gonna cook some eggs, he says. I can't unwatch this. Ew. Yeah. Were you here the night I showed the other video he has where he hooked electricity to this thing and got some semen out of it? And then he had a plan. He was gonna use it to inseminate a woman for some damn reason. I can't remember why. Anyway, everything it's just a big joke he's doing. He's not actually trying to hoax people. It's just a big joke. But so some people are thinking that he's hoaxing people, and other people are actually believing him. And in reality, it's just a parody. He's just a comedian, you know. He's not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes, and he doesn't have any actual Bigfoot. So, yeah. Anyway, it's funny stuff to watch. It's funny stuff to watch. You know, like this one. Oh, now he's got one that says Dogman in the barn. Have to check that out another time. He's got Dogman stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Why is it hitting on the Dogman? I'm not looking for the Dogman one. Trying to find the female Sasquatch one. Yeah, this one was hilarious. Hilarious.
Lead and she kind of spit at me, you know, and then picked up some crap off the ground and threw it at me. I don't know what it was. It could have been feces. I just closed the door and got the fuck out of there. So she doesn't really want to be interacted with today, and that's fine because she's on the rag. And guys, you know how it is. You know, the old lady gets on the rag. Get away from her. You know, when they start bleeding, they become bitchy, and that's what we have here. she hasn't wanted to come out or do anything today, and I'm not going to make her. There was somebody that was asking, like, what about her going to the bathroom? That was a good question, and I have a pile of sawdust in the corner that she can go over there and do whatever, and then I'm going to take the sawdust and throw it in my garden. But she really doesn't hasn't wanted to come out too much. She's eating, but as soon as she's off the rag, she needs to go to fucking work. Seriously, you gotta do some work around here. Oh shit, here she wants to come out. Those are bloody corn cobs. That's what Sasquatch and Bigfoot use for tampons. So she has more corn cobs in there. Those are the bloody ones. I need to go get rid of those. Sasquatch has to use something for tampons, and that's what they use is corn. They also use pine cones to wipe their ass with. It's a well-known fact. You can call Cornell and talk to the Bigfoot and Sasquatch expert, Dr. Dirk Johnstonson. That's how I found this out. He's the one that told me about tampons for the bleeding Sasquatch. When they start their menstrual cycle, you better have a lot of ears of corn around because they bleed like a stuck pig. I mean, look at this. All that blood in there. It's all soaked up into the fucking corn cobs. It's disgusting. You know, Sasquatch blood, Sasquatch DNA. Maybe these ears of corn are worth something.
Yeah, just a joke. Can't believe anybody ever believed this channel was for real. Well, guess I'm gonna get off here. I don't know. I mean, Lester says that Pine Island's not going on live for a couple more hours. His normal time would be like within a couple minutes now. So if he's on, I'll be over there. If not, I don't know where I'm going to be exactly. But I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. Thank you guys for coming. If I don't have another random live before Saturday, then Saturday will be the next time I do a live stream. I'll do it on this channel until the suspension of the normal Lockbeard channel is done. And so I'll see you on the next one. Everybody stay free and keep grounded.